I'm Maria Carrizo J. Diam. Welcome to my vlog. This is ICT in Education. To aid me in this vlog, I've chosen a reference material by Zhou Shanfu. It's entitled ICT in Education, a Critical Literature Review and Its Implications. Since the beginning of the pandemic, we've had to come up with a learning continuity plan to deliver the most essential learning competencies through distance education. This meant that we had to explore alternative ways, innovative ways to carry out remote teaching and learning through ICT. ICT has the ability to foster a learner-centered environment instead of a purely teacher-centered practice. This means that learners are involved in the process of crafting their education, the curriculum, the outcome, and most importantly, the process of learning. ICT expands access to education. Though we had to carry out teacher and student profiling to assess the number of households with access to the internet, to devices, and so on. So from this, we gathered multiple resources to plan how we will carry out the most essential learning competencies. So multiple resources like AVPs, online journals, web conferences, audio materials, video materials, etc. assist in transforming education. ICT acts as a powerful tool in generating knowledge as well as critical thinking in children. Learners are responsible for their learning, and this process cultivates decision making as well as planning and organizing practices. Students are able to approach learning in a problem-solving manner and come up with solutions through accessing ICT, knowledge acquisition becoming more accessible. So students learn to be more engaged with more than one method of teaching. The reference material highlights the following. The approach of ICT in basic education, for example, has fostered interpretation of data and information. It is no longer just feeding information and memorizing facts as you would in face-to-face, but understanding, applying, and creating, as emphasized that learning must reach the highest tier in Bloom's taxonomy. Such students learn how to discern and assess the quality of information online and what they gather. Teachers learn to be more creative with their teaching and instruction. Students have the access to be more creative in their learning processes through purpose-designed softwares or applications as a form of innovation in meeting their learning needs and styles. Collaborative learning in a distance learning setting, which provides a diversity of experiences and tacit knowledge as well through collaboration. According to Lother et al. 2008, there are three characteristics needed to develop good quality teaching and learning with ICT. This is autonomy to design, apply, and create their learning outcome, capability to use the applications, different softwares, and creativity to think outside the box to create learning outcomes beyond memorization and drills. So ICT helps explore beyond course content. It changes the teaching and learning relationship. Students' confidence is boosted because they're able to be of help to their teachers. Cultivates a sense of ownership for the students in initiating tasks, activities, and productivity. There is a knowledge collaboration process between the teachers and the students. It involves students in decision-making processes as well as content. It builds the curriculum to include innovation, creativity, exchanges, social constructivism, etc. We have advantages and we also have barriers, which we can consider as the disadvantages. For example, children or students with special needs, there is a need for adequate learning support because they need more time to explore, they need more time to get used to the softwares and how to operate computers. There's also poverty, for example, the lack of devices or computer access. The standardized test results, alternative could be problem-based learning, constructive response tests, etc. The capacity building and curriculum development will aid the barriers that students and teachers face. So these are some of the examples given in the reference material for the barriers and the solutions for the teacher perspective. Teachers should adopt a learner-centered approach to increase student engagement and let students take charge of their learning. Yildirim 2007 found that teachers mostly utilize ICT to support their current teaching method. For example, it's just for handouts or test construction, instead of actually innovating and being creative with teaching approaches. Provide ICT training that can model new ways of teaching and fostering student-centered practices. Effective technology integration should be meaningful in a sense that holds true to the pedagogical goals of developmentally appropriate practice, improve access to technology for both students and teachers, and give sufficient time for training and support. The support structure should be visible and viable so that it will yield higher ICT integration efforts by educators. Teacher beliefs and attitudes must also resonate and be aligned with ICT integration for learners to appreciate ICT in education. This was emphasized in Sang et al. 2010, which stated that future ICT use of students was linked to the strongest predictor, teachers' attitudes towards technology. Teachers and pre-service teachers should be introduced to hardware and software as part of an ICT infrastructure to integrate technology into learning processes. ICT preparation can significantly influence teachers' beliefs and attitudes. School culture is likewise an important factor in ICT use. School members must share the same vision and mission to meet pedagogical needs in a constructivist student centered practice. Beyond the skills of teachers on ICT use, the leaders of the school must model and share the same perspective of positive technology integration. The teacher's confidence are crucial in facilitating student learning with technology. ICT integration in education has no end product but an evolving process of change and innovation. I am currently sitting as the principal for the PLT Preschool and Elementary Department. So, this is an example of what we do and how we integrated technology into the classroom, into our virtual classroom because of the pandemic. So, we have group project collaboration, we have virtual field trips, we have virtual culminating activities and celebration, we have webinars for both teachers, parents, and the students, we have homeroom guidance. We have a Be a Brother or Sister student mentoring program. We have e-modules, so we send what we create to the students via their email and to also our learning management system. We have one-on-one sessions, we have catch-up remedials interventions. We have one-on-one interventions and sessions to formatively guide students. And we're trying to make it progressive inclusive, which includes IEPs, LWD or learners with disabilities, and they have one-on-ones with our teachers. And the whole process of integrating technology means that we have to introduce certain types of softwares and applications to students. So we have created a whole process and a whole system of integrating our most essential learning competencies with technology. The possibilities of ICT in education are endless. The more creative you are, the more you take charge of your learning. ICT will remain a strong component and instrument to enhance educational pedagogies. We have to incorporate technology into classrooms, virtual or face to face, in order to foster creativity beyond borders and knowledge generation beyond memorizing. Thank you for listening to my short vlog. I am Maria Curza JTM.